I'm Dale Sollom-Brotherton, and I've been a Lutheran pastor for about the past 30 years. And for the last 10 years, I've had a special call to do organization development work with congregations. And a few years ago, our area bishop came to me and said, what could we do to prevent or preclude destructive conflict from happening? And so I started to think about that, and as a result, I came up with this process called Healthy Start. Here's how it works. Within the first couple of weeks of a pastor's arrival at a congregation and a new call, we gather the pastor and key leaders, church council, the call committee, a few staff members. We gather them together to do 4 things. First thing we do is work on deepening relationships. Now, of course, we get acquainted, and that is so important for that new pastor. But we also really share on a much deeper level than that. What does your faith mean to you? Why are you here? What is important to you about being in this place, especially as regards your faith? The second thing we do is we work on clarifying mutual expectations. What are our roles? What does the pastor expect of lay leadership? What does lay leadership expect of the pastor? How does staff fit into that? We spend a lot of time trying to achieve clarity. The third thing we do is we suggest a behavioral covenant for leadership. It's kind of a combination of ground rules and values. What sorts of behaviors do we expect of one another in this leadership partnership, and how do we lift them up for ourselves? The final thing is to set some initial goals for that first year. Now, this isn't supposed to replace a more comprehensive goal-setting process, but it does get this new leadership partnership working together from day one, practically, on the same page. But we don't leave it at that. That's just a Saturday retreat. We go for a whole year. Every 3 months, the professional facilitator checks in for about a 2.5-hour gathering and just says, how are we doing? How's it going? How's it going with your relationships? How's it going with your mutual expectations and your roles? How's it going with that covenant? What's happening with your goals? And inevitably there are some things that don't go quite so well, and there are many things that go wonderfully. We can celebrate those achievements, we can learn from the things that didn't go perfectly, and then move on. And we find that by the end of that first year, leadership has gained a marvelous ability to talk with one another about how they're doing. And when they're doing well together, the work of the church really moves forward. So that's Healthy Start. It's a wonderful thing.